to race the damn thing. That's why I built it. All right, guys, remember how I said Tony was gonna be here? Tony's here. See? And look. We're gonna work on this here tonight. He just told me too that the AC doesn't work, and there's a couple things that we didn't have much time at the call out to really talk and like go in depth just because I was busy for one trying to race, breaking shit and not doing what it's supposed to, being pissed off my car. So I didn't have time to look at it. Plus his car caught on fire and that had him all upset in the Tiffy, and we'll talk about that here too. But I just want to go over the car, just some of the things I see already just kind of make my head hurt. So we'll go over it. We're gonna flush the power steering here, and I'm not sure what that. Oh, his coolant overflowed. So that's one thing. That's my bueno.
I think I filled it too much. And it wasn't that high, but I think it purged some of it.
Yeah, it's definitely purged. So we got an issue right there. So, yep, it's not going to hurt anything. But we'll empty some of that out here. We'll let it cool down, and then we'll mess with that. Actually, pop that back on for right now, if I can get it to. Come on, you bitch. There we go. Yeah, so we'll take a quick look at it here. But I just wanted to go over his car because last time I didn't have time to do it, guys. This is a custom wide body car. They are 13-inch wide wheels in the rear, custom Brembo. So what is this in the rear here? I know they're Brembo brakes, but what are they off of? Is that an actual Brembo kit? Or?
So it's the best bang for your buck, I guess you can do. It's off of SRT8 Jeep, actually.
Okay, so these are SRT8 Jeep rear brakes and then SRT fronts. I wasn't sure because I saw a lot of people like to use the Evo 8 rear brakes, so you can put a big or small wheel in the back, but I guess that's never going to happen with this. This is I shouldn't say a show car, but it is. It's a show car. You don't want to drag race or do something stupid with this kind of car because you hit the wall in this. That's not really going to be easy. Yeah, this is a Shine Auto custom wide body molded, so it looks wider and stuff, but this is a truly molded kit. The front fenders, I just told me that these are actually bolt on, and then the rear is actually molded into the body itself. It's got a carbon fiber wing on it then too. Custom LED taillights. I mean, this car literally has everything.
He's missing the arrow, but we're gonna take care of the arrow.
Oh shit, that's right, guys. You remember from the last video? So he had to take all this off to get it onto the trailer. So now we have to put all this back on. I'm not sure how'd you get it off down the side, because I'm looking at it, I'm like, this does not look easy.
Dude, so long story short, the turbo blanket caught on fire. Pulled over, had no tools, called AAA. I knew in the back of my mind, there's no way it's getting on a rollback from AAA. I had AAA, so I knew it was a free tow, but how the hell am I gonna get on the rollback? Right. So I sent my wife on a mission. Uber picked her up on the side of 295, took her to AutoZone, grabbed some tools. Some random people stopped on the way. Long story longer, as I say. Had to take the front bumper, the front diffuser, and the rear diffuser, which I spent hours putting on like 2 days before just for the call out. On the side of the road, mud on my pants. My car was just detailed for the car show, so then I'm getting in the car to move it for the tow truck. I got mud all over my seat. It was a complete disaster. But all I needed is a 1 Allen wrench and a 10mm box wrench, and you can literally take
the whole thing off
and all that off. So now, obviously, I'm thinking ahead. I have a fire extinguisher and a little toolkit. So in case, God forbid, I gotta call AAA again, I can just take the shit apart and
be good to go.
Get it on something, you know.
So last time it caught on fire because his IATs got too hot. He was running 85, switched to 93. When you run 93, your IATs go up. He had I don't even know what kind of turbo blank you had in the car. Do you know? Was it a name brand or just off brand? So whatever had turbo blank on it, something I'm not a fan of, and it caught fire. The IATs got too hot, the exhaust manifold got too hot, and it caught fire. Once he got to the show, I even told him on the phone it was probably fine. We just got there, looked at it, it was good to go, and he was able to drive it 3 hours home, 2.5 hours home, so he was good to go.
I just drove it almost 3 hours here in traffic, and it's hotter today than it was then.
So it's just one of those, it was like a random fluke thing, like there's nothing you can really do for that.
Definitely had me a little scared, that's for sure.
Oh dude, I've been freaking too, but this car is beyond nice, guys. He has the OCD Works billet valve covers. I can't tell what kind of fuel we're. I'm pretty sure this is an SP Performance intake manifold. It looks to be a Goretti exhaust manifold. It has this Goretti design to it, or it could be a genuine HKS, but it does not look like a knockoff, even though it has the knockoff look, which knockoffs are all based off the Goretti and or HKS. So I'm pretty sure this is authentic because everything else in this car looks pretty legit. Yeah, so there's a couple things we'll look at. He also has the OCD Works covers, or there might be OCD Works, so they might be SP Engineer, Sound Performance Difference makes covers too. But yeah, sound performance. And this is a true genuine hood then too? This is a true TRD hood, or are you not sure?
Allegedly. So the owner before me, just a little background on the car. I've actually owned this car for about 8 months. Finally got it where I wanted. Obviously, we're still dealing with quirks, but so some of the parts, or have been told to me is what they are. Some of the parts, to be honest, I don't even know exactly what brand they are. Like me and Ryan were looking at the intake manifold to call out, and we're like, it looks like this, but we're not 100% sure.
Yeah.
There's no stamping on it. So
looking at it more, it looks like I'm almost 110% sure it's an SP manifold just from the way it comes up in the design of it. I'm like 99.9% sure, but I can't guarantee anything. But we'll rip into it here in a minute. Let's go ahead and start getting this thing up on jack stands because his power steering pump is squealing. Just an FYI, guys, most of the time when your power steering pump is squealing, it's not because it's bad, it's because the fluid in it gets dirty. So this fluid, if you see here, this cap isn't a sealed cap. It just uses a style like like a radiator does. And dirt and debris gets down in there and it turns black. I mean, if you can see, that should be bright red, and it's not. It's like tar. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna dump that out. There's a real easy way of going about it here. So let's get the car up on jack stands and I'll show you guys how to go about it.
Oh, we got HKS Hypermax 3.
Yeah, your Hypermax 3s on your car. One thing we just did here, guys, I had to go ahead and beat this little tab up here. So if you guys can see this, this tab was sitting straight down. It was cutting into his tire. So I went ahead and beat it with a mallet real quick. The car sits a little bit lower than it probably should because on the other side, it's even worse. I'll show you here in a minute. It's actually rubbing on the wires that are up under here. So the passenger side, the wires that have been tucked are up and over the fender liner, but on the other side, there's wires that actually run under here. They're actually run right here, so the tire's been hitting it. And I'm afraid not just to rub through them, but if the tire catches them, they get hot and sticky, and it catches them and rips them the whole way out, you're gonna be in a world of problems. Is this dual vlogging right now? Dual vlogs. We got dual vlogs going right now. So he'll be in a world of issue. This car also does have the big banana, as I call them, brakes. This is off the SRT8 Jeep, and it does have the rear ones too. So we're gonna go ahead and move now to the other side, as this side's done. That's all we had to do, as I wanted to beat that up a little bit. Maybe hit a little bit more here, or have him hit it, because I don't want to slip and cause any more problems, but I'll let him take care of that, because I am not damaging this beautiful car. All right, so if you guys can see here, this is actually a white piece of plastic here. There is wiring in here, and if you can see, that black stuff is not oil or anything. That's just tire from rubbing on it. If he would rip those wires out, he'd be calling me and go, "Hey Ryan, my car's not running," and I don't know why, and he wouldn't be too freaking happy. So what I need to do is take a look at that, maybe clean up his bananas too, and yeah, that should be about it. There's some other little things here. Looks like it's been hitting on this tab here too. Almost don't want to beat that one up, just for the fact that I think that's kind of been a saving grace for it, that it's been hitting that tab instead of the whole way up here. I mean, there's legit like rubber stuck on it.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's legit rubber, bud.
We gotta get that off so we get some more clearance.
Yeah. That. So guys, of course, I'm drinking ice cold Keystone right now, and we got Tony here. His fancy ass has got a fucking bottle of wine with him. He drives a Supra and he's got a bottle. Look at him. He's like smiling right now. Look at him. This motherfucker right here is the fanciest Supra. Look, woo, got her to pop. I mean, you would see
bottles, baby.
Popping bottles, baby. Woo, we fancy.
We're gonna make a rap video here in a hot second.
I can't. I'm going back over the.
I promise we're not drunk yet. I literally am sober as a clam.
Yeah, we're not drunk yet, I promise. I swear to God, not yet. We will be there eventually. All right, guys, so I'm down here looking right now, and I just noticed that this car actually has a factory dampener on it. Tony's like, I didn't know that, and he made 700 some horsepower on this car and has a factory dampener on it. I'm not a big fan of that, but there's not really much I can do about it.
Well, Ryan, why don't you enlighten us and myself as to why?
Just the harmonics of it all, and these tend to break. So harmonics is one thing, that's the biggest. But I should say, realistically, the biggest is the factory ones tend to separate from themselves, and they either shoot to the hood or they shoot to the ground, and you can lose timing, especially if you have big cams like you do. You lose timing, you lose your whole entire motor. Wow. I'm just making you feel fantastic right now, aren't I? So yeah, they're old dampeners. They tend to separate from themselves. Now this car only has 40,000 miles, so he's better off than most people are. But the biggest thing is I don't want that happening to him. So that's something, not now, you'll be fine. I'm not trying to get you freaked out, but
at $8 grand, so I'm sure that bitch is.
I mean, that's probably not the fantastic thing for it in the world, but it'll be all right. It should be fine, especially because your car's lower mileage. Yeah, but now we got to do the power steering.
What do you recommend, like an ATI? Or?
ATI, I have a fluid dampener in mind, just because fluid dampener, you'll have to machine to get it on. Number two is, it's a lifetime. You don't have to, so the bands on an ATI have to be replaced after so much. a fluid damper, it's one and done, that's it. It's so nice. That's what Jose Cazon uses, it's what Night Run uses. I go with what they use, and I haven't had a single issue, and my tuner was happy with it too, so makes it easy. So while Tony's here too, we're gonna go ahead and empty his catch can. He had an issue with it before filling up really fast because it has OCD Works covers on it. And if you guys know OCD Works covers, the fittings are in the back, so when we accelerate, all the fuel, or not fuel, good Lord, Ryan, all the oil and everything gets sent right to the back and goes right into the catch can. So instead of it just being true blow by, there's extra oil actually going into it, so it fills up quick. So we're gonna go ahead and take the old Lowe's bucket here and, well, dang it, the Lowe's bucket is being used. We're gonna have to use the other thing over here. I've got another pan we can use. Hold on, let me grab this for him. This is why you have multiple pans. Take this here, we'll set it up here, make this real easy for you guys to see, and just let him dump it in there. Whoo, milky goodness. That's a mixture of fuel and everything else, guys. That's why you're like, why does it look like that? So especially when we're 85 or 93.2, it gets like this milky color, but that's actually not that bad at all. Being serious, that's not that bad. Well, now, when's the last time you changed it though?
Right before the call out, so I only made it halfway there and the whole way back. So what is that? It's like, let's say that's 250 miles.
Yeah, I mean, this is 250 miles, but again, this is about where mine's at too. It's just, dude, it's the OCD Works covers, man. You're giving up some functionality, being serious, for some looks. It still works fine, it just fills up your can a lot faster. I haven't had any real issues, but my can is, if you see the size of his, mine's massive and has that deep well in the back, so it has a lot more room to fill up at. Alright guys, so I just made a fucking dumb mistake. You see all that shit on the floor there? I capped the wrong end of the goddamn fucking power steering fluid and shot it everywhere. So we can get under here. This one right here, I capped that one. You should have capped this line here. And when I capped it, it shot it all across here. So we just cleaned it up. It's just got to dry out. It should be gone by tomorrow morning. But yeah, stupidity on my part. So now it's flushed, but we have to go get more power steering fluid, which you don't use power steering fluid. So let's make sure this is clear. With the Toyota Supra, you use actually ATF fluid, which is automatic transmission fluid. Per the book, you do not use true power steering fluid. It's not thick enough. So yeah, we're gonna head over here to Advanced Auto and clean that up and take care of it. So we're dipshits. We forgot to put it back up in the air. We put it down and we had to put it back up because we had to put his front diffuser back on, which is on now. It's nice to secure. The only thing I said here, bud, is this one bolt right here. It seems like it's a little off, but it won't screw anymore. We could move it over to here, but we have to take this off, which it didn't see that you ever took off before, so I'm assuming it went here.
Sometimes you gotta like this one, this one's not catching.
You might have to get another one. Those things can be a little finicky. You might have to get like a true, because that has that rounded bit on it. It might not be catching fully. See, it's just spinning free. So, again, guys, the AC we couldn't get to work. We're gonna work an anti-lag next. He wants to get his anti-lag to work like mine does when you heard at the call out and everything else, where it's bang, 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 and really spools up the turbo. His is more like a true two-step, where it's like sounds like you have a Honda Civic almost, from what he's telling me. I mean, this is what he's telling me. We'll take it out here and test it and give you guys a little feedback, but the car for the most part is done now. His power steering shouldn't leak anymore. I would fix his AC if I could. Sorry for music in the background. We got a little diffuser, rear diffuser's on. Everything looks good. I mean, if he brings anything else up, we'll think about it. But yeah, that's it for right now, guys. All right, guys, down the ground, good to go. We're ready for Cars and Coffee in the morning. We're good to go now. Cars and Coffee. You ever been to that, Tony? Other Tony? Tony too? Dude, it's so much fun. Cars and Coffee. You got to get up early though on a Saturday, which you probably. Huh? Yeah, you can take the C-Roller, man. You got it. The Toyota family, right? We only rock Corollas and, you know, fast cars around here, you know. Corolla family right there, you know. These are just like basic bitch cars. We just keep these in the garage. They don't leave. But yeah, we're good to go now, guys. It's gonna be pretty awesome. So we'll head to, guess, Cars and Coffee in Chambersburg in the morning. There should be a good bit of people there. I'm gonna take my Supra. He'll take his, and then hopefully Vince, which you've never met him, he's supposed to be driving down from Harrisburg for Cars and Coffee. So that should be a good time. So let's, I'll go ahead and recap them when we get back to tomorrow morning.
Can you twerk?
We do it?
Make sure it's rear.
Oh no. That is the coolest thing ever.
That is hilarious.
Was that enough variety for you?
That's awesome, man. So Tony got his crepe here. Is it good? Is it great?
Mine's awesome.
He's happy. Wife got her, what is that, muffin?
Yeah, cranberry orange muffin.
Ooh, cranberry orange muffin. So we made it to Cars and Coffee. I've got my pink girly drink. Tony's got his food. My wife's got her stuff. And the cars did make it. We got most of the stuff fixed last night. For the most part, I think we didn't go over anti-lag yet.
Now we started to mess with it, but obviously we can't really test anti-lag at 2 in the morning.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can, but I kind of like having my neighbors not hate me. Also, Dylan's car's here. He's got that beautiful FD, which you've seen before. And then Kyle brought his S15 along. So, should be a good day. We'll finish this out. The only thing I want to do here later, which will be another video, I will take a test drive of this Supra. We'll go over everything and kind of test it all out. There's a beautiful Chevelle here today at the show, too. We have a couple other German cars that just showed up here. Got this wagon here. Inline 6, the big single turbo on it. Another Winsboro boy. Another BMW with an SR20 swap, which is very, very, very cool. Single setup. Not sure what kind of turbo that is, to be honest. Love it. Hydraulic e-brake. I love the fact he's just got the E85 can in the back. Love this. Slammed E30. What is this considered? Not E36. What is this considered? E46. I'm sorry. This E46 Slam, which is seen at the house, guys. And then the wagon again, and my wife. Right
check out the inside of that car.
The what? This one? Oh, I know. The shifter and stuff in it. Dude, Curtis has been to the house a couple times. This car is mint. Yeah. I'll show you guys again here. So remember his shifter I always talked about. Kyle just noticed it too. That thing just looks cool as shit. Interior in this car is so mint. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. I've got the last bit of the cars here. Now we're going to go actually do another video and take this out. So you guys are going to go check out the next upload. And per usual though, guys, do me a favor. Pure Function shirts, hats, down below in the link. Go check them out. I'm shipping every day. I appreciate all the orders so far, guys. It means a lot to me. If there's anything you guys need, hit me up on Facebook or Instagram. Thank you guys very much, and I'll talk to you later.
There goes a sight from my soul.